My name is Dean Haystack, the Dean, and you're listening to The Coffee Conversation. Here we go, off to the shop, which I'm allowed to do, and I have my mask, which I have to have, and in general just feeling like we're being bullied, to be honest. Being told what we must and mustn't do, being told what we can and can't do, being told what we should and shouldn't do. And although some of it makes sense, there's a whole lot of stuff that just doesn't seem to sit with me. I did an earlier video that said that we're not taught to think, we're told what to think. And that teaches us not to think. And at the moment, everybody's just doing what they're told. And now we're all questioning it. So many things don't make sense. So I've got to wear a mask all the time. I'm being told that wearing the mask doesn't prevent me from getting the disease. It prevents me from spreading the disease. Now, I know that when I was a little child and I had a cold, or when there was a cold at school, I was told by the nurse at school and I was told by the headmaster, and it went around, when you're sick, you need to be in a well-ventilated area. You don't want to cover your head when you're lying in bed. Lie under the covers, with your head under the covers, because then you end up breathing in your own foul air. There's a few ways that we get rid of germs in our body. Certainly excretion and secretion, sweating, and the other way is that we breathe. When we breathe out the germs. So we breathe in good air and we breathe out the bad air. Not just carbon dioxide, but also the stuff that's come out of the lungs. So if you are in a mask all day, you are recycling the bad germs in your mouth. So if I've got the virus and I'm wearing a mask, I'm going to make myself more sick. And it's not going to prevent others from not getting sick. So that doesn't make sense to me. Now, I'm not a doctor, and I don't even know if what I'm saying is right, but this is what we've been told for the last 49 years of my life anyway. The second thing is that we are sanitizing everything. Everything is sanitized. You go into a shop, you get sanitized. You come out the shop, you get sanitized. You are sanitizing everything. The trolleys, the works. So all the germs, alles is being killed. Alles is dood. Now, when the Europeans went to the Americas, North and South America, when they came to Africa, when they went through to Australia and New Zealand, even the common cold would kill off populations because although their immune systems were not lacking, their immune resistance had nothing. They had no resistance to the new bugs that they were exposed to. So now we are doing everything that we possibly can to not expose ourselves, not just to corona, but to any and every bug and any and every virus. And it's actually potentially depleting the resistance in our immunities, the resistance to bugs. Now, when I went to primary school, when I went to nursery school, when I went to primary school, when I sent my kids to nursery school, the doctors even said they do need to go and they're going to get sniffles, but it's part of their building their resistance in their immunity so that they don't get overly sick as they grow up, as we grow up. Now we're doing exactly the opposite. So the first thing that's happening is by having a mask, you're making yourself more sick, and if you aren't sick, you will get sick. I've seen it. People are getting sick. I wore my mask for an hour and a half yesterday, solid, and at the end of it I had a headache and my nose was snotty. I'm still a little bit throaty. Where's my that's why I've got that. So now I'm a little bit throaty and I haven't got the virus, but I've got another little cold or whatever it might be from wearing the mask. So that's the first thing. It's perpetuating getting sick. And the second thing is when we get sick, we're not going to have as much resistance. So I don't buy what's going on. The third thing that's really bothering me and making me feel like I'm being really bullied is, and there's many, but this is the third big issue, is that private individuals are not allowed to buy food parcels and take it to the people who need it. What on earth? What will make us not want to do good? The government is allowed to take the parcels, which we don't trust them at the moment. There's too many bad stories, and I don't want to fight the government, but surely we can make a plan. So I'm on my way to the shop now, and as I'm going to the shop, I'm also going to speak to the shop owner to say that if we organize that private individuals who want to buy parcels for people can phone them, pay for the specific parcel, and then give the ID number of the individual who can come to the shop and collect it, because they're allowed to shop. So I'm going to find out if we can organize that. I've organized that at one store. I'm going to try it at a few more, and then maybe we can get this thing to go regional and national, so that private individuals, people can help people. Government doesn't get credit for something that they got no role in, and they also don't redistribute the food the way that they want to, and possibly not get it to where it's really, really needed. And the credit can go to the free market civil society where it's damn well deserved. So here I go. I'm parking the car. I'm going to get some shopping. And while I'm there, I'm going to ask the manager if, number one, they'll put the parcel together that I would like. Number two, give us a discount on it. Number three, allow that anybody in this area can then phone in, pay for it via EFT, and allocate a person via ID of a person who is in need. Like, for example, the domestic worker who either works in the house or in the garden who's not getting paid and who doesn't have food. They can now come to this shop right here and collect their parcel that's already paid for. Nobody's breaking the law, and instead of fighting the problem, we're just bringing a bloody solution, and woo, let's see what we can do. Okay, good news. Another store that has joined the fray, if you like. They've committed to allow that an individual wanting to assist somebody else who's made the same pledge, that as long as I've got food, you won't go hungry. You'll be able to call this store, order your parcel, pay for it online, EFT anyway, and provide that payment with the ID number of the individual who's going to be collecting the parcel, and they can come fetch it. Woohoo! So well done. I'll give the details out specifically to the people in this area. Once we've got a few stores going, we'll then see if we can wrap up that group in the region, and once we've done that, let's go national. Hang in there, guys. We're winning. We're winning. Woohoo! There you go. A great victory for evil capitalism. I don't know why there's this notion that capitalism is so evil. Here we are, free civil society and free markets, creating solutions for the problems. I'm so frustrated. I'm really, really so frustrated. I think so many of us are sensible, reasonable people. I was speaking to a guy today he said, why are we listening? Why are we listening? We know that certain things are wrong. Why do we listen? The answer is quite simple. Because what is instructed by government is enforced down the barrel of a gun. If you don't listen, you go to jail. And this is the big danger of what we're facing at the moment, is there is so much power in government's hands. And they're getting more and more power. Now, I'm not anti-government. We need governance, and we need governments. The thing is that governments are not supposed to rule. They're supposed to govern. They're not supposed to be in power. They're supposed to be in service. They're called civil servants, not civil masters. And everybody's waiting for the government to save us. But who the hell made the government God? Everybody talks about capitalism as the great evil. I don't get it. I know that monopoly capital is a great evil, but monopoly capital is not limited to capitalism. Monopoly just means exclusivity, and capital just means money or finances. So government monopoly capital is as evil, if not worse, than normal monopoly capital in the free markets, because government monopoly capital is indeed forced and enforced down the barrel of a gun.